And what we're seeing this year, more so than in the past, is that Plan Gs are going up significantly. Hi, this is Ronnie James with Tidewater Management Group, coming to you today to talk with you a little bit about supplements. Today, specifically, we want to discuss Plans G and Plans N. What we're seeing is this is the time of year where many of the supplement carriers will start implementing their annual rate increases. And what we're seeing this year, more so than in the past, is that Plan Gs are going up significantly. We're seeing in some cases 12, 13% increases on the Plan Gs, and that's simply because the Plan Gs have not kept up with medical inflation. We know the cost of services have gone up in the medical industry, but the Gs have been priced about the same for the last 10 years. So now the carriers are starting to say, whoa, wait a minute, we're going to have to make some adjustments, and those supplement Plan Gs are going up. So why would anybody choose the Plan G? Well, obviously, we can't say any plan is the best. However, with the Medicare Modernization Act, we know that the Plan G is now the most comprehensive supplement that's available on the market for anyone who came into Medicare January 1st, 2020 or later. There are still people that have Plan F, and for those people, they can change to a different F. But for anyone that was January 1, 2020 or moving forward, they have to go with a G. Now, Plan G, the good news is that it's standardized, obviously, but the only responsibility that a consumer has for medical services will be the Medicare Part B deductible. In 2024, that's $240. After that deductible is satisfied, they don't have to worry about any medical expenses as long as that medical procedure was Medicare approved. Case in point, Medicare does not cover cosmetic surgeries, things of that nature, alternative medicines, but as long as it's Medicare approved, they'll have no medical expenses. And that's why it's simple, it's easy to understand for the consumer, it's easy for the agent to explain. So the Gs are very, very popular for that reason. Because everybody wants the best. Again, we're not saying best, but it is the most comprehensive. Now we're starting to see those premiums increase at a much higher rate than they have in the past. It may be time for you as an agent to consider looking at Medicare Supplement Plan N. Now, Medicare Supplement Plan N is going to be less expensive than G. All right, so we're going to see about a 20% rate deduction on the Plan Ns. But that can be good for our consumers because a Plan N, besides the 20% reduction in cost to them, they're also going to be put into a pool of customers that tend to be more steady. And the reason for that is a Plan N is never a guaranteed issue product. Plan Gs are. And when it comes to Medicare supplements, guaranteed issue is not the same as open enrollment. Open enrollment is the 6 months after getting your Medicare Part B. When I say guaranteed issue on a Medicare supplement, what I'm speaking of is for those individuals that are in maybe a market where there's been a service area reduction on their Medicare Advantage plans. They're going to be able to be guaranteed issue into a Plan G. Or let's say they work for an employer and they've retired and they've had retiree benefits. And now the company has decided we're no longer going to provide retiree benefits. Those individuals are guaranteed issue into a Medicare supplement plan. The reason that carriers typically don't like guaranteed issue business is because it tends to be unhealthy business. So whenever someone's applying under a guaranteed issue ability, they are not able to answer health questions. So what happens is the carriers are dumping those unhealthy people into that Plan G supplement. And what happens when you have unhealthy people in a plan is you have utilization go up. And as the utilization goes up, the premium has to go up to adjust for that. So if we have healthy people that we're putting into the Plan G when they're turning 65, and then you've got guaranteed issue and the unhealthy are coming in, well, that risk has to be spread amongst everybody. So our healthy clients tend to be at a greater risk of rate increases being in the Plan G than they would if they were in the Plan N. Now, the Plan N, it has its holes as well. With a Plan N supplement, we know that they will have the Medicare Part B deductible of $240, and they'll have a co-payment for doctor visits of up to $20. And the reason it's worded up to is because one of our consumers may go see a primary care doctor, and Medicare approves about $80 in some markets for a primary care doctor visit. Well, 20% of $80 is $16. So it could be less than $20, but it'll never be more. And that $20 copayment is for primary care or specialist visits. So go ahead and inform the client that they will be expected to pay a copayment, not at time of service, but they will get that bill in the mail. Okay, so they'll be responsible for co-payments for doctors. Thirdly, they will also be responsible for a co-payment for emergency room. If someone is on a Plan N supplement, they will have a $50 co-payment for emergency care. You know as well as I do, that is a deal, okay? $50. But you'd be surprised at how that helps people be more responsible with the emergency room. You know, some people, they have a headache and they're like, my head's really hurting me. It's 10 o'clock at night. I've already met my deductible. I'll just go to the emergency room, okay? Doesn't cost them anything on the Plan G. So they have no out-of-pocket expenses, so they go. But on the Plan N, that person may think, well, wait a minute. It's going to cost me $50 to go to the emergency room. Maybe I'll wait till in the morning, or maybe I'll go and I'll see my primary care doctor, or I'll go see the urgent care and stay out of the emergency room. Because as you probably understand, the emergency room is the most expensive place to get medical care. So the $50 copayment could deter some really unnecessary, unneeded visits. Then the other thing about a Plan N is that a Plan N supplement does not pick up Part B excess charges, okay? Some people are fearful of that. Other people not so much, because number one, some states do not allow doctors to charge Part B excess charges. So you want to check the state in which you're writing the business. Number two, about 98% of doctors do take Medicare assignment. So it's very unlikely that our customers will ever face the Part B excess charges. But in the event that they do, there's still some protection for them, because Medicare guidelines stipulate that if a doctor accepts Medicare, they can only charge 15% above Medicare allowable charges. That doesn't mean 15% of the total charges of the doctor, but 15% of Medicare allowable charges. Studies show that most people that ever have excess charges, they're just a fraction. And when I say a fraction, less than $200 over their lifetime. So it doesn't happen often, but it could. And again, part of being a professional is being that individual that educates the consumer. Help them make a good decision, because we understand that for some people we sit down with, when they turn 65, it will be their one shot. It's going to be their one chance to get a supplement. So we want to put them in a plan that's going to be steady for the long haul. You know, when I first started in this industry, I had a wise person tell me that you can sell price or you can sell value. They are not the same. Price is only concerned about today. Value is concerned about the long haul. So what we want to do is to help you find a balance for that customer, to give them a good product, but also understand that we want to manage it for the long haul, because what we want to make sure is that we put people in plans that they'll grow into and not grow out of. Okay. Carriers now are also offering some pretty good bonus money for underwritten business. With some of these increases that we're seeing on Plan G, we feel like the Plan N could be a good option for some of our consumers to help them with the expense of their supplement, the stability of the supplement in the Plan N. And so you can go in, be the hero, and also earn a nice commission as well as a bonus. If you have any other questions about Medicare Supplements Plan G or Plan N, feel free to give us a call here. We'd love the opportunity to talk to you. And as always, I wish you the best.